Hey friends, Rob Phoenix, Hexenmeister here. Hope you're all doing well. Tonight I have kind of like a special thing to talk about. It's called a Hexenmeister's curse. A Hexenmeister's curse is basically a protective measure that a Hexenmeister takes so that if someone does throw a curse our way, it's their downfall. The work of a Hexenmeister is sometimes more ceremonial in nature, and we take a lot of work from like the Keys of Solomon, and that's what I want to talk to you about tonight. Something from the Keys of Solomon. It's an instruction on not only invoking spirits to assist you, but also placing a binding and then a curse of destruction on any who would throw a curse your way. So that's important when you get into that work. I mean, you make enemies I've made enemies over the years, and nobody has ever thrown like death curses at me or anything, but you know, sometimes people don't like what I have to say and it makes them angry, and so you protect yourself from all that. So anybody who tries to like magically harm you is going to face some serious consequences for that. And like the work of a Hexenmeister demands that you do that. You have to be protected. You have to stay safe. Now, it does not mean that people are out to get you, but don't take that chance. Like if there are bad spirits or people's ancestors are bad people and they want to come after you or whatever, you'll be safe and protected. And then any attempts made by such things are going to result in their own destruction. And you're going to do this by creating 2 Saturn talismans. So in the Key of Solomon, and this you can find this, it's the Greater Key of Solomon, and then you're going to just get the Greater and the Lesser Key of Solomon. You want both. But in those, you're going to find all the pentacles, the holy pentacles, and those are the talismans of Solomon, and they will, they all have different purposes. And you'll see that like this work inspired a lot of different sort of, even like neo-pagan things, like neo-pagan Nordic symbols and such, all were inspired by these Keys of Solomon, as I'm going to show you. The 2 of my favorite and the 2 that you're going to make for this are the 3rd Saturn pentacle and the 4th, or 3rd pentacle of Saturn and the 4th pentacle of Saturn. They look like this. So the 3rd pentacle of Saturn, this should be made within the magic circle, and it's good for use at night when thou invokest the spirits of the nature of Saturn. The nature of Saturn is one of restriction, is one of rules, is one of boundaries, it's one of binding, it's one of banishing. Think of the King of Swords in the Rider-Waite Tarot. That right there is like the embodiment of Saturn. It is that silent, quiet, mournful protector with the sword. And so this is this 3rd pentacle of Saturn. That's this one. That helps to invoke the spirits that are Saturnine in nature, to place bindings, to stop and protect you. So any bad magic that comes your way, this is going to invoke those spirits that are going to stop it and put a shield up around you, and it won't get past that. So within a magic circle, and I've spoken about the magic circle at length in various videos in some of my books, but go to PA German Powwow, all one thing, pagermanpowwow.com, and there's a link to a page called The Magic Circle, and I discuss how we use the magic circle in Hexenmeister work, and do that, and then make the pentacle. And the pentacle can be made on paper. It can be made out of iron, you know, whatever you have on hand. That's how you make your pentacle. And you'll need a nice clear picture of it, so you know all the Hebrew lettering and such. So that's the 3rd pentacle of Saturn. Now the 4th pentacle of Saturn is, this pentacle serves principally for executing all the experiments and operations of ruin, destruction, and death. So this pentacle you're going to make and place it behind the 3rd pentacle. So not only are you protecting yourself, with the third pentacle and all the spirits that are invoked by this. But the fourth pentacle is then going to return all that to its source and has the added power of ruin, destruction, and death. And so you're basically saying, I am protected by a wall of iron, and woe be to those who come against me, because they face ruin, destruction, and death. That's pretty hardcore. I know that sounds awful. Like it's a far cry from like the good, just the Christian faith healer and trying to help people in need. But especially in this day and age, especially during the rise of authoritarianism and people are taking sides and it's just like whatever. So we really need to like focus on protecting ourselves and sending it back, because we just have to. That's the world we live in now. It's like kill or be killed. So I mean, that's pretty extreme, and I don't mean that mostly. But anyway, in the world of magic, if you have to protect yourself, you do. And if it means like somebody throws something at you in an attempt to harm you, it's going to come back on them, and it's going to harm them, maybe worse than what they originally intended. And that teaches them a lesson, because sometimes you have to punch a bully. I mean, that's just how it is. And I didn't create this. It's existed for centuries. It's inspired various, other neo-pagan religions and everything else, but it is very much Old Testament magic. So this stuff has existed longer than any of us. So the third pentacle of Saturn, make it in a magic circle. Go to pagermanpowwow.com for instructions how to do that. The fourth pentacle of Saturn, you can make it there as well in that circle. Place it behind it. Make many copies of it to place around your property. And this protects. This sends it back in a destructive way. So that's the Hexenmeister's curse. Sorry things are like bouncing and vibrating and such. I have both dogs behind me and they're sort of carrying on. But anyway, hopefully that was interesting and informative, and it gives you sort of a deeper look into how some of the Hexenmeister work is. So anyway, questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. That's it. God bless you guys. Love you. We'll talk again really soon.